I'm Matt Alt, and this is Toy Style. Today I'd like to show off a toy that I'm personally pretty excited about, Bandai's GX71 Soul of Chogokin Voltron. Die-cast metal, highly posable, and really cool. Let's take a look at what this cutting-edge action figure has to offer. First of all, you might have seen portrayals of this toy before, but one thing you probably haven't seen is just how amazingly posable this new Bandai Soul of Chogokin figure is. Not only are the legs completely movable as on previous versions of the toy, they're actually provided with ball joints for more natural lion-like poses when they're in their separated mode. And actually on that point, you might notice from them all sitting here, they're all sitting here. The Voltrons the lions can all take actual, natural-looking sitting poses, which is pretty rare, as Voltron toy fans know, in the world of Voltron toys. So, these are the individual lions. They have a really nice heft to them, and unlike older versions, they actually have hidden joints inside to give them a more cat or lion-like appearance when they are sitting or in their broken up individual lion modes. The legs of the yellow and the blue lions feature a lot of die cast, so they're particularly hefty. So too is the black lion, which forms the body of Voltron, as all Voltron fans know. And even this lion can take a squatting or sitting pose, which is something that is not really commonly seen in previous portrayals of this particular character. Very cool, very high-tech, and let's take a look at how these lions combine to form Voltron. First, let's start with the black lion. We have to move its legs down, and the fundamental transformation is familiar to anybody, I think, who has played with Voltron toys before, and really, what cultured person, cultivated cultured person hasn't played with Voltron toys before? But there are a few new gimmicks up this particular portrayal sleeve. For instance, the tail. When you fold the tail of this up, it locks hidden joints in the waist that are used when it's a lion, but not necessary when it is a robot. So too these arms, which feature these familiar to those familiar with Voltron, doors that open up and close to house the lion's feet in the shoulders here. Here's an interesting little characteristic of this new toy, which is that the shoulders actually lock into place with these little locking bits here, so they don't get in the way when you are forming Voltron. The wings come out, of course. Now we're going to leave this for last because, as every fan knows, when you combine Voltron, there's only one thing you can say at the end. Let's go on to the legs. From this very cat-like, feline-looking lion pose, we're going to store away the tail, and by moving this head, which is very jointed, I might add, up, it locks these legs in place on the bottom, so that you can come around here like this, fold them up, hide them away. And this is a new feature, this kind of high heel, if you want to call it that, that comes out and gives the foot a little bit more sturdiness when he's standing up. So that's one leg. Let's just leave that there for a moment. Let's leave it flat for a moment. That's basically the same procedure for the blue lion. Move that head up, and by so doing, lock these legs in place. Pull out that heel, and you are pretty good to go. So here's an interesting feature of this new Soul of Chogokin Voltron. When you combine the legs, a little door opens on the back. Slot the leg in. When you hear it hit home, close the door. You are good to go. Ditto for the other side. Let's open that little hatch up. Put it in. That satisfying click of robot lion on robot lion. There we go. So now we have the torso. We've formed torso and legs, as I believe we would say if we were pilots on the show. Next up, the arms. These feature, they're mainly plastic, but they're highly posable and very easy to move and get into position here. Whoops. This is a prototype, so forgive any little parts that have come off. I always get confused. Is it the red on the right or the green on the right? I believe it is actually red, so we're going to take the tail off here and plug it in. I should note, you can actually combine these lions while keeping the tails on. However, it's recommended by the manufacturer to take them off when you do combine them. There is room in there, but it's easier, just so they don't break away accidentally inside, to take them off beforehand. That's the recommended way of doing this. Oh, we've formed torso and legs. We've formed arms, and now it's time to... Are you waiting for it? Are you waiting for it? I've been waiting to say this all day. And I'll form the head! I've been waiting to say that. I've been completely waiting to say that all day. Here we go. Form the head. Look at that. Look at that. I think you can say that there's probably never been a Voltron toy with better proportions than this ever in the history of Voltron toys. And what is really key about this one is it comes from Bandai, which is the exact same company that created this design in the very first place in the 1980s. So there's a lot of history here, a lot of robot history. And all of that history know-how has culminated in making this the ultimate portrayal of Voltron, Defender of the Universe. Now, not only is it a highly posable figure in and of itself, and quite heavy, I might add, thanks to all the die-cast metal, it comes with plenty of different accessories to display it with. It goes without saying that you can form Blazing Sword. And the great thing about these weapons is each one has a little tab that you can use to fit it in to the mouths of the... This is tough to see from this angle, sorry. The mouths of the lions, so that when they close their mouths, it's held firmly in place. There you go. Form that Blazing Sword, like you know you've always wanted to. Next, this. It's called the rolling cutter in Japanese. I always thought of this as a shield personally, but apparently it's not. What it comes with, however, is this little handle, this grip that we can place on here. And by shoving it in the green lion's mouth and attaching the tab to the roof of that lion's mouth, we can get this kind of stereotypical Voltron look and pose. And I have to say, you know, this is definitely the coolest portrayal of this toy I've ever seen. And I think you will be satisfied when you pick it up in your hands and play with it too. This is the Bandai GX71 Soul of Chogokin Voltron. It's going on sale worldwide in December. Check it out. It's your chance to form the head. God, I'm a nerd.